Gurubhyo Namaha. This is Muthu Meenakshi from Pon Vidyashram. I welcome everyone to the next session on Class 8 Mathematics. This is Chapter 6 Squares and Square Roots. So in Part 3 we have done with exercise 6.1. Now we are going to start with the next exercise, that is 6.2. Before starting with today's session, the struggle you are in today is developing the strength you need for tomorrow. With this positive motivational quote, let us start our today's session. Let us start the exercise 6.2. So question number 1, you have to find the square of the following numbers. Subdivision 1, it is 32 square. So you have to find out the square of 32. Children, there are two methods for finding the square of this number. Method number 1, which I am going to explain now. The other method is by using the algebraic identity, that is a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. As we have not yet discussed algebraic identity, we will follow distributive property. So let us start discussing the solution. You can write this number 32 as 32 can be written as 30 plus 2 the whole square. So this is nothing but 30 plus 2 into 30 plus 2. So fine. So what we are going to do, we are going to first take this 30, multiply with this 30 plus 2 and then this 2 and multiply with 30 plus 2. That is, we are using distributive property. So in the next step, 30 into 30 plus 2 plus 2 into 30 plus 2, that is equal to 30 into 30, 30 square plus 30 multiplied by 2 plus 2 multiplied by 30 plus 2 into 2, that is 4. So in the next step, you will get the result as 900 plus 60 plus 60 plus 4, that is equal to 1024. So we have completed this problem by using the method of distributive property. If you want, you can also multiply 32 into 32, you will get the same answer. We will move on to the next problem. Subdivision 2, it is 35 square. So we can write 35 as 30 plus 5. As I have told you, you can write this 30 plus 5 into 30 plus 5 because it is square, right? So again apply the same distributive property, which will give you 30 into 30 plus 5 plus 5 into 30 plus 5. So that is nothing but 30 square plus 30 into 5 plus 5 into 30 plus 5 square. That is equal to 900 plus 150 plus 150 plus 25. That is equal to 1225. Therefore, to conclude, 35 square is equal to 1225. Subdivision 3, it is 86 square. So 86 again you can write it as 80 plus 6 the whole square. So that is also 80 into 80 plus 6 plus 6 into 80 plus 6. That is 80 into 80, 80 square plus 80 into 6 plus 6 into 80 plus 6 square. On solving this, in the next step, you will get the result as 6400 plus 480 plus 480 plus 36. On adding all these, you will get the result as 7396. Therefore, the value for 86 square is equal to 7396. We will move on to fourth subdivision, that is 93 square. 93 square, you can write it as 90 plus 3 the whole square. So that is nothing but 90 into 90 plus 3 plus 3 into 90 plus 3. That is equal to 90 into 90, 90 square plus 90 into 3 plus 3 into 90 plus 3 square. That is equal to 8100 plus 270 plus 270 plus 9. On adding all this, you will get the result as 8649. Children, we are applying the same property for all the problems. See, we are applying the same property for all the problems. That is, we are first splitting the number and then we are applying distributive property. So to conclude, the value for 93 square is equal to 8649. We move on to the next problem. that is subdivision 5, 71 square. So 71 square can be written as 70 plus 1 the whole square, that is equal to 70 into 70 plus 1 into 70 plus 1, that is 70 square plus 70 into 1 plus 1 into 70 plus 1 square, that is equal to 4900 plus 70 plus 70 plus 1, that is equal to 5041. So to conclude, the value for 71 square is equal to 5041. The last problem of the first question, that is 46 square. So you can write this 46 square as 40 plus 6 the whole square, that is nothing but 40 into 40 plus 6 into 40 plus 6, that is equal to 40 square plus 40 into 6 plus 6 into 40 plus 6 square, that is equal to 1600 plus 240 plus 240 plus 36. On adding all these, you will get the result as 2116. Therefore 46 square is equal to 2116. This completes first problem with all the subdivisions. We are moving on to second problem, that is we have to write a Pythagorean triplet whose one member is given as follows. So let us take subdivision 1. For subdivision 1, the question given is 6. So we have already discussed what is Pythagorean triplet in the previous session. Let me again give you a small recap. For any natural number, that is m greater than 1, 2m, m square minus 1 and m square plus 1 will form a Pythagorean triplet. So first, if you are going to take m square plus 1 is equal to 6, you will have the value for m square as 5. The value of m will not be an integer. If you take m square minus 1 is equal to 6, then m square will be 7. Again it is not an integer. Suppose if you take 2m as 6, you can get the value for m as 3. Now you have to find out the Pythagorean triplet. That is nothing but m square minus 1 and m square plus 1. So that is m value is 3. So 3 square minus 1, that is 9 minus 1, that is 8, and 3 square, that is 9 plus 1, that is equal to 10. So to conclude, the Pythagorean triplet for the number 6 includes 6, 8 and 10. So one member is 6 means the other two members are 8 and 10. Subdivision 2, question is 14. Again if you take m square plus 1 is equal to 14, m square will be 13. The value of m will not be an integer. Then if you take m square minus 1 equal to 14, then m square will be 15. Again the value for m is also not an integer. So 2m is 14, so m is equal to 7. Thus m square minus 1 is equal to 49 minus 1, that is 48, and m square plus 1, that is 49 plus 1, that is equal to 50. Thus the required triplet is 14, 48 and 50. The same way for subdivision 3, when you take m square plus 1 and m square minus 1, you will get the value as 15 and 17. Both will not be an integer. So let us consider 2m to be 16. On solving this, m is 8. So m square minus 1, that is 64 minus 1, that is 63, and m square plus 1, that is 64 plus 1, that is 65. So the Pythagorean triplet is 16, 63 and 65. The last problem for this exercise. Again the question is 18. Again here also if you take m square plus 1, the value will be, when you take m square plus 1 is equal to 18, the value will be 18 minus 1, that is 17. And if it is not an integer, when you take m square minus 1 is 18, m square will be 19. Again the value for m is not an integer. So you have to consider 2m to be 18. So the value for m will be 9. Now m square minus 1, that is 81 minus 1, that is 80, and m square plus 1, that is 81 plus 1, that is equal to 82. Thus the Pythagorean triplet is 18, 80 and 82. So children, in this session we have completed exercise 6.2. We have discussed how to find a square of a given number by using distributive property. Number 2, If any one number is given, we have learned how to find out a Pythagorean triplet. So you have to check whether if you take m square minus 1 and m square plus 1, you are getting an integer. If not, you can go for 2m, and then you have to find m square minus 1 and m square plus 1. So this completes exercise 6.2. Before concluding today's session, there is no substitute for hard work. So let's work hard. Thank you, children. Thank you very much for the session.